Alright friends, so this is to address the Tylenol thing that's been going around. The intended audience for this video is just the people that really responded to the prompt. So it's not going to explain the study, or it's not going to go into physiology, it's not going to go into any of that. It's just kind of to clear up a little bit of what might be confusing and worrisome. What I gathered, and I only saw a few videos of like President Trump saying what he said about don't take Tylenol, and then I guess it was like a big announcement that they were going to make about autism, and that was the big announcement. And they referenced, I believe, a particular study with like 2-point-some million kiddos, like a Swedish study that was done back in 2024, April of last year. And like taking a look at that study, there is a section on the results that says that a link was found between acetaminophen use and increased risk for autism, ADHD, and like other neurodevelopment issues. But in that same paragraph, it mentioned that that link was there until they considered a very strong, what they call confounding variable or confounding factor, which was like the siblings factor. And that once that was considered, one, the strength of the study and the data increased, it became more powerful, and two, it essentially negated it, essentially like took back saying there was a link until we considered this. And then it turned out that the link did not exist once the sibling study was considered. So in essence, what that means, like the closest analogy I can really think of is, imagine you go see a play and there's 10 kids in this play, right? And 3 of them have red shoes. And out of all 10 kids, those 3 with the red shoes happen to be really good at acting. And so an audience member may say, the red shoes is what does it. The red shoes makes you be really good at acting. While another spectator from another perspective may have had the opportunity to see that the teacher of this, the theater students selected the 3 best kids in acting or whatever and said, you guys are going to wear red shoes. Now, when you kind of hold these two up, like the study and the analogy, Tylenol could be the red shoes, autism would be like the good acting or whatever, and then the confounding variable, the siblings factor or whatever, could be equal to the teacher. So from one angle you can say, hey, the red shoes causes good acting, or Tylenol causes autism, until you consider the fact that A, the teacher selected, or the teacher's power influenced the outcome. And with that same breath, say that the genetics may have influenced the outcome as far as the autism goes, and it was not the red shoes causing the good acting. So that's to say that correlation does not equal causation, and this is one of those examples. So in the study, it was saying that there was a link found until an important variable was considered. Then the link no longer held its ground. So that's kind of what happened here. And the unfortunate thing about this is that someone with the reach and power like the president misused that data to make the statement that he made. So on one end, it's frustrating because you have very real consequences to these things. Stress is a very real thing for people, and it's really difficult to be a good parent. Like, it's very difficult to feel like you're being a good parent, and then you throw all these things in the mix, and it makes it very, very scary to not know whether you're making the right or wrong decisions for your own baby. So